Hi 605 and other grade sixes if you're watching this. Who knows? I made a video for you guys to use or not a video, a PowerPoint for you guys to use to help with your booklets. And I just wanted to review it for a couple of minutes here and show you what I did and talk you through it a little bit. I hope the PowerPoint helps you. I hope it helps you complete your booklet. All right. Remember, I have my YouTube page where I'll be doing videos like this. So please, 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 please spread the information to your friends in any class, because like Mr. Glow is putting workout videos up there. Lots of cool stuff to get us through this. All right. The number one thing I would recommend to you is, if you do nothing else, is just go to the last slide, and it's got three awesome websites, all from the Canadian Encyclopedia, but what a great link. All right. That's where I get a lot of my information, my background information, when I just want to confirm things. The Canadian Encyclopedia is awesome, and it has like glossary links, so you can actually look up words you don't understand or you haven't seen before. Okay, so this kind of PowerPoint starts helping you right around this page when we're talking about the numbered treaties. I did a video on the numbered treaties already. And I've put in some more information here. Okay, it asks you a few questions. Look at where Winnipeg is, right? What treaty are we under? And remember, what do you remember about the negotiations? Were they fair? Think about that. Were they fair negotiations? Do you think it was okay for, like, if I negotiated with you in French for all your land, most of you would think that's really unfair, right? Because you guys are really good at English, but maybe I'm a lot better at French. Think about that. The Indigenous peoples were speaking English. That wasn't their first language. For most of them, it wasn't even their second language. So please keep that in mind when you're answering whether it was fair. Some other questions, all right? Why do you think First Nations signed these treaties? Put yourselves in their shoes. Right? You've lived a nomadic lifestyle your entire life, and now all of a sudden you are being told you need to live on reserves. I don't know. I don't think you'd think that First Nations wouldn't sign these treaties, but then when you remember that the nomadic lifestyle required following the bison around in the prairies, and the bison were massively overhunted by European settlers, and the bison were very few in numbers compared to what they had been, that's going to significantly impact the First Nations of the prairies to live a traditional lifestyle, which is nomadic and following the food supply, right? And think about what we talked about in class. Was the Canadian government being very nice to the First Nations? Were they giving them much of a choice? Or were they basically saying, hey, sign this agreement now because you're not getting a better deal later? All right, read through those encyclopedia links I sent at the bottom of this PowerPoint, at the back of this PowerPoint, because those will really help you understand, I think. And there's a few videos on here that help you as well. Remember, for question 3, it's a personal opinion, right? Should government give the land back to First Nations? Well, you need to tell me why and why not, but you need to defend it with facts. That's what history is about. Lots of people have opinions, but do you have a fact to back it up? Moving on to residential schools, pretty heavy subject, all right? Take your time to go through this. It can be really hard to learn about. The first thing I want you to do is check out this video by Prime Minister Harper. He really sincerely apologizes. A couple things I want you to listen to or think about is, is this enough? Is this apology enough? Is this an apostrophe? Is this too little, too late? Think about things like that when you're watching the video, but it is pretty powerful. Okay. Another video that I liked that I got off the Canadian Encyclopedia page is this video. Really, it's 2 minutes long, and it really does a good job of explaining what occurred with residential schools. Your questions from your booklet, I want you to put yourselves in the shoes of a First Nations child. Think about it. Would you be okay with being taken away from your home, from where you've lived your whole life, where you're not going to be able to speak your own language anymore, where you're not going to be able to celebrate your own culture, right? That occurred at residential schools. You think that's okay?